Even though I was running as fast as I could and invisible walls keep preventing me from making much headway, I attempted to strike at the walls with my persona, but nothing had happened.
So many invisible walls, one after another. Miss President can pass through them. I don't know if I can keep up the pursuit.
The announcement room is still my destination. There's no way to know if that's where Miss President is headed as well. So if there's a shadow waiting for me there, I'll need to get there anyway. Teddy and Rise should be in the announcement room. And if Nanako is being held captive, that's where she might be as well. I have to keep running, and yet another wall blocks the hallway. At first I think that this is a dead end, then I realise that I can cut through a classroom and come out the other side of the wall. It's forcing me to enter the room rather than letting me go straight. This probably means I brace myself and put my hand on the door. The moment I step inside, a familiar voice echoes through my mind.
Hi. Senpai! Can you hear me? Please answer me!
That voice. Is that you, Rise? The real one?
The voice isn't coming through the PA system. I'm actually hearing it in my head. This has to be the work of almost said Rosette, of Rise's persona.
Thank goodness. I've been all alone since that weird fake Teddy captured me. And then you were all fighting each other.
I can hear the relief in her voice. She sounds so different from the insensitive and rude voice that had been coming over the PA system. This is indeed the Rise I know.
Where are you now, Rise? Can you locate where I am?
I'm sorry, I don't think there's time. I'm stuck in the announcement room. Please, Senpai, you have to hurry. If you don't, he'll...
Rise! What's wrong, Rise?
There is no answer. Communication has been cut off. As something happened to the announcement, or has happened in the announcement room. My heart begins racing. The enemy made us fight each other as participants in this tournament, but they had captured Rise as well. It's clear to me that he must be worried about her using her persona's powers to tell us the truth. But that's not important right now. If she was captured to prevent her from contacting us, then the enemy must think Rise is being less bad. Really? Less valuable than those who had to fight. I mean, it's because she can't fight, so I guess. She sounded okay, but who knows what might happen to her now. I have to hurry.
Pardon me for interrupting while you are lost in thought.
Oh yeah, that voice, baby! You know who that is! A hand brushes my shoulder. In surprise, I jump away and draw my sword. I can't believe that I let myself get lost in thought. And I didn't notice someone until they touched me. This is the second time I've let myself get so distracted. I've gotten used to having my friends with me while we investigated last year. I can't pay attention to the entire world on my own. I need to brace myself. Yeah! There we go! We're doing it! We're doing it! I look up to see another unfamiliar face. A girl with blonde hair and striking blue eyes. Wait, a girl? Her face and voice seem human-like, but the rest of her, there's metal everywhere, all over her body. For a moment, I wonder if this is just an elaborate costume, but I can see the ulterior framework of her body, where her joints connect.
I didn't mean to startle you.
You're...
It's nice to meet you. My name is Aegis. And no, I am not human. You are the one from the introduction video, listed as the Sister Complex Kingpin of Steel, Narukami-san. Correct?
Oh, we're doing it! We're doing it! The question catches me off guard. I wasn't expecting a complete stranger to call me that. And did she say she wasn't human? It's, well, when Yosuke called me by that stupid title, I knew it was a joke. But when a stranger says it, it sounds like they truly believe it. Ha. This is a pain.
Nanako is important to me, but calling it a complex is stretching things.
No, wait a second. I was trying to play it off, but ended up blurting out Nanako's name anyway. Calm down. I need to take this conversation away from the subject. I clear my throat and try to start a conversation.
Aegis-san, was it? Why are you here?
Our primary objective is the destruction of shadows. but we have come to this world on a different mission.
The destruction of shadows.
She fights shadows. But how can she do that if...
And does that mean...
Yes, I have a persona as well. Though my body is a machine, personas are the strength of the heart after all.
Just as I thought. I'm surprised to find another Persona user outside my group of friends. And a robot on top of that. Hey, listen man, one's a dog. One's a fucking dog. Anything can happen. I can't come to grips with this. Yeah, with all of this. From the way we were talking, she seems just like a normal person. Only in an interesting suit. Why does she wear a tie? I've actually never thought about that. Like, why is she wearing a tie? She has a collar, a tie. It's like... Is she... okay. Did she wear a tie in P3? She didn't wear a tie in P3. Why is she wearing a tie now? Hey, you know what? Doesn't matter. I'm just happy to see this girl. Again. True, I've seen stories in the news about robots looking uncannily like real humans, but this is something like this far beyond those. So I can't help but believe the evidence in my own eyes. Well, of my own eyes. I mean, white text should be bordered. I don't care. No matter what the background is, white text should be bordered. I'm talking like I'm an art student or something. I'm not. It just looks wrong. Anyway, I mean, I've been hopping in and out of TV for the past. I've been hopping in and out of TV for the past year. Who am I to say this is strange or not? Perhaps the technology behind her creation has supernatural roots of its own. I find myself growing more and more interested in how she came to be here, but I have to put that aside for now. There's something I need to find out from her first. This P1 Grand Prix. It's so similar to the events of last year, but to think that it would involve someone like her. I don't have a clear picture of everything that's happening, that's for sure. I calm myself and ask her what I feel would tell me what she's doing in this one.
And what is this mission of yours?
She opens her mouth to respond, but just then, the monitor inside. Why is there a monitor in every room? It's at that moment I suddenly remember it's likely that I'm going to have to fight here. I've forgotten about sensing that when I entered the room.
Aha! So that's where you got to, Sensei. I've been looking all over for you. Ooh, who's the honey? Were you in the middle of trying to store with her?
Yes.
As if you didn't know. You're the one who lured us both here.
Oh my, did you figure it out? I didn't have a choice after those guys decided on their own to horn in on the fun. You're a bright boy, Sensei. You know what's coming next, don't you?
The general on the monitor gives me a twisted smile. Could Aigish's mission be something that would cause him trouble? I can't figure out what his motives are. He's using us to crush each other. In other words, she's the next challenger that's going to be sit against me. So is she going to fight with Orpheus? Or Palladian? Wait, which one's her ultimate? Is it Palladian or Athena? I think it's Athena. Is she going to fight with Orpheus or Athena? I just seems to understand this as well, and is staring at the monitor with quiet animosity.
Sorry about this. Do you know the rule of this tournament?
Only the victor of each match may move on. Yes?
I have nothing against you, but I'm in a hurry for my own reasons.
Neither of us, in other words, can back down. Then there should be no hard feelings.
Hang on, but her words aren't twisted, and she wasn't in the introductory video. So technically, she's not a fighter. So can we just leave? Can we both just leave? Aija-san is refreshingly straightforward about this. She immediately takes a fighting stance. A bit of thought comes to me. It's tough being forced to fight my friends, but for some reason having to hurt someone I don't even know is tougher. Another thought comes to the heels of that one. I don't know this girl. Perhaps her appearance here means that there are urgent problems that an ordinary student like me can't fathom. Or gives me the right to stop her in her mission. I should have known. That's actually a good point. That's actually a good point. Like, if she's on a mission and she's a man-made machine to deal with shadows, she's clearly here for important shit that you, a normal school kid, don't know about. Or gives me the right to stop her on a mission. Shouldn't I know what's at stake before I take that from her? Thankfully, it seems that she hasn't gone mad like my other friends. Perhaps the enemy doesn't care about the clouding of minds of people who wouldn't know each other. Or it's because she's a robot. If we're still capable of understanding each other, then we should be able to talk over before we do anything.
That will not do. We will speak more of this after one of us wins.
Okay, well, I just on say this so quickly. I just on say this so quickly. Okay. Okay, that's an error there. That's a typo. It's as if she was reading my mind. For a moment, I'm struck by how she could have known what I was thinking, but I realise that she's right. What good would it do us talking things over? True, the loser cannot leave this room, but until we have a battle, neither of us is going anywhere. It doesn't really matter if we can come to an understanding or not. Until we have our fight, none of our goals are going to be accomplished. If that's the case, then it's better if we don't hear about each other's problems before we fight. That could be why Aija-san hasn't told me anything. This must be her version of kindness. I suddenly ready my sword. Aija-san appears to smile slightly when I do. Right. I'm not going to give up. And I'm not going to give up what I'm fighting for either. I need Nanaka and my friends to be safe. I have to make sure that Miss President is okay. I'll use everything I can to protect them. To thank her for her consideration, and make it a point to announce that I'm ready to start the fight.
Here goes. There's no need to hold back.
Indeed. Let us do battle.
So good to hear this damn voice. So good to hear this damn voice and see this damn girl after so damn long. It's been like 5 months. It's been like 5 months. Okay, Athena. So she has her ultimate persona. Why does she have her ultimate persona? I don't. Why doesn't she have Orpheus?
No! No! For severe, no! Damage! No! Severe impact! We will not run. Damage! No! Damage! Severe impact! Damage! Severe impact! Damage! 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 Severe impact! No!
Hey, now, again, the fight says, why is it 1 round? That's what confuses me, the fact that they made it 1 round for the story. That's just strange to me.
Wowza! Now that's the sensei I know! That hunk of junk was no match for you! Serves you right! Keep suffering! Friend against friend, beating the heck out of each other!
Machine with the power of a persona. She was made to fight shadows, but had no idea what she was capable of. I feel like my mind's been drained even more than my body. It angers me to see that the General is watching over us with an expression of joy, as if we were some performers in his amusement, or for his amusement. I look up and glare at the
I don't
monitor.
know why you're making us fight, but it's pointless. We aren't fighting because we hate each other. The reason we can fight is because we respect and trust each other.
A low growl. That's the only sound I hear. The real Teddy's never made such a hateful sound. It's actually rather scary.
Stupid! You're such a dumbass! What's with you?
There we go. The image on the monitor distorts along with that outburst. The General was having trouble remembering to act like someone else, and his face bulges and ripples disturbingly as his hate pours through the screen. Any pretense at copying the adorable stupidity of the real Teddy is gone now. I noticed that the voice spitting through the hateful words is not Teddy's either.
Respect? Trust? So what if you don't hate each other? You're not like me. I was forced to fight against my will. I destroyed them with my own hands. You should all have to go through the hell I suffered. See how it feels to destroy everyone you call a friend. If I knew this was gonna happen, I would have made the rules so you had to kill your opponent to move on.
The general on the monitor continues to
What are you
rage.
talking about? Why did you set this tournament up?
The moment I say that, I feel like all the dots have become connected. When Miss President had asked out of the blue if we were going to be forced to kill each other, that ominous muttering of killing one another were both something that had come directly from her past. Maybe she had been forced to fight against people she didn't want to fight. Had she been forced to destroy something that was precious to her? There's no way to know for sure, but it is possible. Considering this, it kind of explains why her shadow would have created a tournament like this. That is, she wanted us to feel what she went through. I might not be entirely correct, but I feel like I'm close to the truth. Should I just ask General Teddy about my suspicions? But as I'm considering raising my voice,
Pardon my eccentric entrance.
is that who I think it is?
What?
Someone comes crashing through the ceiling. What in the world? I rush over to Aida-san to protect her from the falling debris. Ah yes! The music! What's on screen right now? This is a good time! When I look up I see a young woman emerging from the cloud of dust. Or not as strange as Igus, she seems a little uncommon as well. But even beside that, why did she have to come through the ceiling? This room has doors. Ah, it makes no sense at all. This is a good time. I had been about to get to the heart of the matter with General Teddy, but the monitor in this room has been destroyed along with the ceiling. Though she seems oblivious to my confusion, the girl cocks her head and apologizes again.
Oh, please excuse me. I didn't have the faintest idea that someone would be here.
Faintest?
Fiend? Fiend? Something along those lines at any rate.
There's an odd sense of joy washing over me right now with this entire scene with I just said now Elizabeth. What the hell is she talking about? Who in the world is this person? Wait, why is she here? What's her purpose for being here? Wait a second. That blue suit she's wearing, it looks familiar. And with that silver hair and golden eyes. Could it
Are
be?
you from the Velvet Room?
Ma, is this what's known as being hit on?
Oh my god.
Forbidden ritual where one human approaches another based solely on appearance and bets on the inner self being equally attractive.
Oh my god, I love her. I have always loved her.
What? No, I'm not hitting on you. You just remind me of someone I know.
Okay, so that actually sounded like I really was hitting on her. No, I need to stop thinking about that. In any case, I need to ask her something.
Do you happen to know anyone by the name of Margaret?
Margaret.
When she repeats the name, her face seems surprisingly youthful. I'd be taken aback by her bizarre speech and actions, but could this girl be younger than me? Her profile simultaneously evokes the images of pondering philosopher and an innocent girl. I can't figure out exactly what to speak of her. Should I be more polite? I guess it doesn't matter too much. Anyway, worrying about the niceties isn't the most important thing right now.
Oh, actually, we should introduce ourselves first. I'm Yu Narukami.
Ah, that had slipped my mind also. My name is Elizabeth. Dear me, to hear that name fraught with memories in such a mundane, remote place.
What? She thinks of this world as a mundane place. That's confusing. You're also in about maybe out of the countryside, but I don't think it's a bad place, yeah, as people say it is, or as bad as people say it is. This girl, Elizabeth, suddenly bows elegantly to me.
Margaret is indeed my sister's name.
There we go, sister. Bang.
Can I take that to mean that you are another guest of that room?
I see. So she's Margaret's sister. That would explain why she reminds me of her.
Elizabeth-san, huh? Well, I guess that's the case. It's true that there was a time when I visited that room.
Igor, Margaret, and now Elizabeth. It seems there are more people who call that place home than I thought. There's also a guy called Theodore, who's their brother, and is apparently canon. I thought it was just a P3 thing. If you pick a female protagonist, you get Theodore. But no, he's canon. They have a brother. I think I'm glad I met Margaret last year instead of this girl. Well, that's rude.
But why is a resident of the Velvet Room here? Did Margaret send you with a message or something?
I am currently utterly neglecting my duties.
Is that so?
It doesn't really tell me much. And I have no response anyway. So what possessed her to come blasting through the ceiling instead of using the door? I decided not to bother asking her that. I've met so many different people over the last year, but trying to have a conversation with this girl is like trying to ride a wild horse. She's just going to ignore the direction I'm trying to steer us towards. Like, look at steer. Look at steer. On the you know what? Forget it. Steer us towards and just veer off wherever she wants. Best to hold on and go along with the ride then. Maybe if I pay attention, she'll tell me something worth my time. Even if I try to ask her any questions, she'll likely just be confused anyway. Just as I'm having that thought, the girl seems to have noticed my hesitation and starts talking about herself. Her eyes are lit up with a sincere passion. She really has a hard one to read.
I have a certain desire. It may take a very long time for it to be realized.
In order for my wish to be granted, I require a power much greater than what I have. The power of the wild card that changes bonds into strength. I have a feeling that the key lies there.
You're after the wild card. Okay.
I know a little about the wild card, but
I feel that the first glue to granting my wish lies within that power.
glue?
Glue?
Clue is the word you're looking for.
Influenza. Something along those lines at any rate.
Okay, I see what they're doing. I'm seeing what they're doing. Because she is not used to this world, she doesn't fully know terms, turn of phrase. She gets sidetracked with words. Oh god, Elizabeth, I love you. She's having trouble coming up with the right words. But I can hear that serenity in her speech. Probably. In other words, I think she means that the power of the wild card is related to her desire to come here. I don't think it's worth it to ask how she knew I had that power, or where she found out about that. Just I'm struggling to follow in the Mirandian. Wait, the Mindirian. I've never heard that word. The Mindirian path of her conversation. She brings up an outrageous suggestion.
Might I suggest that you and I fight?
Why? Yeah. What? Someone please tell me how she could reach the conclusion that this was a good idea. I mean, I'll fight her. What persona does she have? What persona does she have? I don't think I have a chance of talking her out of it though. But, of course, I have to try. So I say...
Oh, how excited this is making me. My expectations are ascending skyward at Mach speed. To be direct, I'd like for you to show me the potential slumbering within you.
Let me make sure of something, just in case. You understand what I'm saying, right? There's no illusions at work?
Such parlor tricks can get stuffed.
I see. So you're actually in your right mind here. That's kind of, impressive.
Well, maybe she understood what I meant, but I mentioned the illusions. If that's so, then she at least must have some idea what's going on around here. And even though she might understand it, she still wants to fight me. I wonder though, if she's unrelated to General Teddy's plans and invited herself into the tournament, do the usual rules apply? As I thought this, Elizabeth-san taps her foot on the ground and takes a fighting posture. She really does want to fight. The huge leather-bound book in her hand opens as if by itself. She's gonna fight me with the compendium! Oh shit, son. A torrent of power pours out from the open book in a blue light. I can't believe that. This strange girl has such unimaginable power. She seems so aloof. No. It may be more correct to call it an air of imminent violence.
Alright, I won't be able to hold back.
To be honest, I was really only saying that in the hopes of bluffing her. I have absolutely no room to hold back in this fight. I wholly cast out my fear and focus upon the upcoming battle. There's no room for doubt. I need to hit her with my full strength from the start. Even if I were to fight her with the intent of killing her, I'll be lucky not to end up dead myself. At least that's how I feel. Elizabeth's arm calmly begins the battle.
Let us do this. Your fate is in the
Okay,
cards.
what persona does she have? If it's not multiple. If it's not multiple personas. Because she has the compendium. Do you know what the compendium is? It's a compendium of personas.